of my sleepy bears. My name's Chronically Blue, and welcome back to the finale of Super Mario Bros. 1 on the SNES. Last episode, we completed World 1 through 4, and today we are completing Worlds 5 through 8. And quite some unique stuff has happened here. I'll be happy to elaborate on it. Nothing too eye-catching, thankfully. What happened was, I was at work, and it was the most exciting thing ever. I can't even tell you, because it wasn't, and this is a lie. Basically, it was 8 hours of them slowly helping one person at a time install stuff on the computer. And before you think, oh, well, that's easy, I know how to download stuff. Yes, you sure do. I also do. Most people know how to download stuff on the computer. But there was controls put on the computers that does not allow you to download, open, or save anything. So it became difficult very quickly. But that's besides the point. So they just had to go in one at a time, fixing people's stuff and giving them the right stuff that they need in order to be able to do stuff for the new thing that they're training for. I sat there for about 20 minutes because they were working on mine, and then I got a phone call, and I'm like, I'm not expecting a phone call. Flip, floop. I have a flip floop phone. Like, hello, this is Chronically Blue. How can I help you? Hi, this is the person from the thing that you were, that you're currently in a meeting for. Yeah, I sure am. Yeah, since you're not gonna be here, there's no reason for you to be here. So you can just, enjoy your days off, have a good life. And I'm just like, I'll happily take that, because what that does for me is it means I get to have way more time to work on videos, and I was also able to work out a deal with someone on the Facebook Marketplace, and if I end up dead and this is my last video, then you know where to look for me on the Facebook Marketplace. Someone's probably selling my body. Someone's selling Guitar Hero 1 and 2 for the PS2, and I'm just like, oh, how did you know I've wanted those? They're selling that as well as a series of unfortunate events for 15 bucks, and I'm just like, listen, Guitar Hero 1 and 2 are currently starting at 30 on eBay. On Amazon, 45. So I'm like, I'm gonna do this. So, besides, I have to go take my car through a car wash and put fuel in the car anyway, because I'm gonna start driving again. So I'm completely fine with it. But I'm just, I'm so excited. I'm going to limit myself, quite legitimately. I'm going to limit myself because, what was that? Let's slow that down. Somehow we managed to jump through that hammer. I don't know how, but somehow we did. I'm gonna have to limit myself because I said, hey, I'm gonna do these things, specifically wash the dishes and clean the cat box, because it's been a while since we've done that last. We used to do it every other day. My boyfriend and I, we would alternate, and then we got lazy and tired and forgot. And so I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll do that. So what the goal is I'm going to be just working solely on recording and exporting videos, and then while they are exporting, just playing games, having fun, relaxing, and getting so excited to start my new job on Monday. I'm so excited. There's no phones. I'm so happy. Plus, it's a pay increase. And I'm sure you've read about this all last episode too, but I'm still just so excited for it. And there goes Mario, lowering my excitement. But I'm legitimately just so excited because it's a pay increase, but also it's not customer service. I'd be doing data entry, and that in and of itself makes me so happy to just be like, oh yeah, here, I gotta show up early and, listen to music while I put in the numbers and communicate with people to be like, hey, why did this person eat for 24 hours? And I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, that's Dave. Is that it? No. Dave just eats a lot. So you're telling me it is completely normal for Dave to eat 24 hours in one day? Yeah. That's almost impossible. I want you to know that. The only way that could be accomplished would be with mints or lollipops or something, and even then the jaw would start to hurt. I don't know how, he just does it. I feel like he probably doesn't. Plus, because this is lunchtime, he's not getting paid for that. Like, you know that, right? Oh yeah, we just like to give it to him anyway. No. What? That's not how any of this works. But, you know, I'm glad you're thinking of Dave. So I'm just gonna go ahead and correct this now. I don't know why that bit lasted so long. I apologize. I'm just in such a good mood, and thankfully nothing can bring that down. Well, that's not true. If the Guitar Hero games don't work, that would definitely bring my mood down. But other than that, I'm pretty good. As well as tomorrow I'm doing the grocery shopping, and that's going to be interesting. Not interesting bad, just interesting. Oh, we need quite a lot of stuff that isn't food. But we're still going to get regular food stuff as well. Especially my Ortega hot sauce. And by hot sauce, I mean my mild sauce. But it's called hot sauce. You ever just have, like, I wouldn't call it hyperfixation, just, like, association almost, where I will find, like, a food or sauce that tastes really good, and so I'll just put it on literally everything for, like, the next few weeks, sometimes even a month or so, just because I like the combined taste. The only things that this happened with were specifically Hidden Valley Ranch, A1 steak sauce, and, Takis, and mild Ortega sauce. Because the amount of combinations I made would have Nikado avocado foaming at the mouth, for lack of a better term. Listen, one time, and this isn't me preaching about anything, this is just stuff that I've done, completely in a semi-normal mindset, mind you. I was hungry, and we had bread and Takis. That's it. Didn't have any peanut butter, didn't have nothing else. I'm like, huh. So I took bread and pressed the Takis into it, and then made a Taki sandwich and ate it, and it was good. It was good. The Takis did all the heavy lifting. The bread gave me the empty calories. But it sure made me feel full. There is one trick throughout this game that I will not be showing off, unfortunately, and that is the one-up trick, where you stomp onto a turtle shell or a buzzy beetle up against a ledge or something, and you just keep jumping on it to rack up the one-ups. I unfortunately never did that here. I would like to show it off, but it's not gonna happen. It's nothing fantastic. But we've already gone ahead and finished World 6-2, as I am still blabbering happily. But yes, I'm just so excited because I very vaguely remember Guitar Hero 2, but I know Guitar Hero 3 like the back of my hand. So to be able to have 1, 2, and 3, that's fantastic. That's super cool. Especially for under 25 bucks for all 3 total. That's a double cool. Ba ba ba. I will say though, I've already gone ahead and uploaded a video of Little Misfortune. There was emetophobia or etomophobia, one of the two. That is the phobia that I have, which isn't fun, but thankfully I don't encounter it often. And I know that you're either seeing this video afterwards or you haven't seen Little Misfortune at all, which is completely fine. But emetophobia is the fear of, what's the nicest way I could put this? How dare you? I was talking. Food exiting the body in the not intended method. That's the best way I can put it. And so that is my phobia. That is a phobia that I have, and it's not fun. Thankfully, it's been a long time since I've had to encounter, and every time I say that, I feel the need to knock on wood. But it's just not, it's bad. If you have any kind of phobia, just try to be prepared and stay away from stuff that might cause or trigger that. What that means to me is I always eat well done food, or I always get pre-cooked food, and I never eat raw food. There is a little sushi place that we have nearby where it especially marks the raw food, and I very much appreciate that because I just prefer to stay on the cooked food. The amount of times I've ordered a steak and hamburger well done would hurt people, but I prefer well done over anything else because you wouldn't ask for a chicken medium rare. You'd ask for it well done. And thankfully with the mushroom here, we can just go ahead, jump through the hammers that Bowser's throwing at us now because he realized he has hammers for some reason, and touch the axe in order to... Did you hear those little bubble footsteps? That was so cute. If that's what cats sound like when they're walking, that would be adorable. Welcome to 7-1. This is where things start to get interesting. And by interesting, I mean a little difficult and a little annoying, but it's a reasonable increase, so I'm fine with it. Again, this is 7-1, so it's not like this is something completely brand new. Here we have the 2-line and a hammer bro. That's going to be very reoccurring, unfortunately. And what they do is, in one of the blocks, they will always put a mushroom in one of them. However, now we have the much more difficult one, 2 hammer bros. And what they do is they jump up and down from the top, middle, and bottom level, and they can alternate to whichever one they feel like. They can come down all the way to the bottom if you're standing under them, under the middle, and they will kill you, so that is not fun. However, there was many times where I had the 2 hammer bros on the bottom level, and we were just doing a little polka, a little dance, a little left foot in, right hammer out, left hammer in, right foot out. And that was very intense, unfortunately, but thankfully I was able to get through it. And speaking of get through it, there's so many edits I had to make to this video specifically, unfortunately, because the video file itself for worlds 5 through 8, hour and a half. With the bonus stuff, about 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I was like, ugh, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna edit that all the way down to under 30 minutes, a nice reasonable amount of time. Because that's just how it is. I wouldn't want to watch someone play Mario 1 for like 3 hours. It's just infuriating. Now, with Mario Maker, however, that is something different. That's where people do these really difficult challenges or such, and everything's different, and there's different design styles and such, so I kind of get Mario Maker to an extent, but not fully. Now with that squid there, it's actually called a blooper. What they do is they just bloop around. However, that's a fish that just killed me. If you're on the bottom floor, the blooper will not go all the way down and touch you. If you have a mushroom, you'll be big, you have to hold down, and the blooper will not touch you. I get very close, but he will not go to the square where Mario is touching the floor. Thankfully. Because you just need a little bit of something to get through the night, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. The Omega stuffed Oreos. Ugh. Sweet goodness. And I've already talked enough about food and such. I'm gonna go ahead and stop before I accidentally trigger someone. However, those squids, bloopers, but I don't even care what you are. You're annoying. You're a nuisance. You're a waffle stomper is what you are. You're a waffle stomper when you've had 15 cheeses and you're not even lactose intolerant. Like a brick. Ugh. No, get away. Stop. To the left. Keep going. Keep going. Thank you. Sometimes the bloopers will do a little shimmy shimmy when they're above you, and that is the worst thing ever. Hopefully, I don't show that off, but I'm sure it will be here. Okay, good. You can try to influence the direction of the bloopers by moving a little to the left or a little to the right. That can kind of influence them to an extent. It's not the worst thing, but it's also not the best thing. It kind of works, kind of doesn't. You're gonna take what you can get. Hey, now we're on 7-3, where we are just taking our incredibly fast time. If any of you remember NES Remix on the Wii U or 3DS, you probably remember this level quite vividly. I don't know if it was because of that or just the speedrunner in me that says, we haven't speedrun the game in so long, we gotta do it right now, go, 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 go. But that's kind of what happened here. You gotta be really careful with your jumps there as well, because if you go too far, too short, anything like that, you're not gonna have a fun time, you're gonna die. You might lose all your lives, and you're gonna have to start all the way back at 7-1. But now we are here at 7-4, and we have yet another maze, but it's not the worst thing. Thankfully, this one tells you, and this is a lot better than the NES or even the Game Boy Color version. For the NES and Game Boy Color version, instead of giving you individual beeps, it would just give you one beep if you were correct or wrong. That's it. So you would go through 3 different paths, and then it'd give you a ding or a da-dong. And so with this one, it gives you individual da-dings and da-dongs for each part that you go through. Now here we have Bowser with the hammers, and nothing can make me feel more on edge than seeing Bowser coming towards me with hammers coming out of his head, lava coming out of the floor, and his fire breath all in one. I don't know how we did that, sweet goodness. That made my burrito... I forgot what I even said last episode about burritos, but burrito that, that's all I can say is burrito that. I keep my door cracked a little bit, and my cat tends to come in. Then I look at her, and she's like, oh, he can see me. And then she scurries off, because she knows she's not supposed to be in here. In here being my game room with all my electronics and such, because my game room was also my bedroom for the longest time. And having a cat in your bedroom that's not social, just causes lots of fur to build up, and it's not the best. So it's very nice to have a door that I can keep sectioned off, as well as be able to wake up in the morning and have to go somewhere in order to go and start playing games. It is a little nice. So if I'm getting a little overwhelmed, overstimulated, or if I just need some Chronically Blue time, I can just go ahead, come to my laptop, come to my TV, and just chill out and play some games and just do whatever I feel like. Now here with these mini platforms, you're going to hold the run button, because when you do that, it'll actually allow you to skip over one or so. Now you're gonna have to keep this in mind, because that's going to be coming up quite a bit, unfortunately. Here we have the slow shortening of platforms. And what I mean by that is the middle platform is going to keep getting shorter and shorter until it is just about impossible to do so. If you hit that Buzzy Beetle without destroying one of the Goombas, you will get an extra life there as well. There's that tiny platform we're talking about. And look, we're running out of time. Isn't that great? If you only have 100 seconds left in the level, the music is going to speed up. And if you get double digits on the time, then you get fireworks. Now, if you get double digits in the time on Mario 3, you get an item box, which is awesome. However, if you think these levels are difficult, first off, thank you. I appreciate that, because I know I make it look easy, but again, this is... I condensed 2 hours into half an hour. So, I'm specifically taking out all the fails, or most of them anyway. So yes, this is very difficult if it's been a long time since you've played these levels. So you're gonna have to do your best, lick up those reflexes, and just have lots of energy in order to go through this, because you will stop and take breaks multiple times like I did. Here, you're gonna go to the first platform, move as much left as possible, run, jump, that's how you get over that. And we actually have a little pipe here. And by going down this pipe, we get not only the bonus, but it also despawns some of the enemies when we jump out of the pipe the next time, which is very helpful. Less enemies means less death, and less death means less times I have to replay the same 3 levels to get to Bowser's Castle. So yes, I very much appreciate it, how it's not a lot, but it's a little bit, you know, it's the little stuff that counts. You know, like kids count, they're little. I have little M&Ms that can count. You don't have a army of little M&Ms that count for you? Come on. Come on. Master! What is it? We're done counting your game collection. Did I ask? Well, yeah, kinda, you did. You asked for us to count them. And how many are there? 167,236 games. Did you include the international ones? You didn't tell us to. Get out of my face! Oh, okay. Anyway, sorry about that. We are now on 8-3, and these hamburgers are going to bother you up to high heck. However, there's a mushroom up here, as well as the next time we go over and see this similar design, that if we keep it, then it will be a fire flower. And I'm sure I brought this up last episode as well, but if you take a fire flower to Bowser and you kill him with fire flowers, I want to say it takes like 5 or 6 hits or so, something like that. He will turn into a gray enemy and then, you know, fall into the lava. So, that's something cool. And here we are doing the little hokey pokey tango with the Hammer Bro. And it is a lot more nerve-wracking when you are Big Mario as opposed to Little Mario. But it's also not the worst thing. Do not destroy that Koopa Troopa. You're going to run into it, and then just let the fireballs take care of it. If you're wondering how my gameplay seems so confident, it's because I played this level multiple times. Unfortunately. But practice makes perfect. And that's actually why I started practicing the next game while I was editing this one as well. Because the next one is indeed going to be live commentary instead of post commentary. Because with the next game, instead of you getting a game over and going all the way back to the first level of the world, you start that same exact level. So you can just keep going and trying and trying and trying and trying until you eventually get it, which I very much like. Now, if you were doing that on the NES version, good luck. Now, this one is a unique maze. Instead of it being a piece maze, it's a pipe maze. So you're just going to want to really keep track of all the ones that I go through. If these Koopa Troopers are giving you problems, just jump to the left and let them fall into the lava. It definitely helps. Here's a little hidden coin block. They kind of show up a little bit, and there is a copy of Mario. What am I even saying? Sound like Kirby over here. There's a copy of Mario, or a game, ROM hack, if you will, of Super Mario World called Kaizo Mario. I forgot what Kaizo means, but I want to say it just means like difficult or very hard in Japanese. I'm sure that's wrong, though. Hidden coin blocks are the bane of your existence. They will pop them up right before jumps, right after jumps, this, that, and the other. It's a very big, confusing mess that is so much fun to play. if you like difficult things, that is. Now, if I'm going into a game that I know is difficult, I can properly like attune my emotions for that. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm gonna get angry at it. I just have to remember that it's just a game and no big deal. I didn't know that World 8 of Mario was so hard. So I had to take multiple breaks and stop myself quite a few times to be like, oh, I can do this. With this hammer roll, you just gotta really time it right. That's it. You just gotta time it right, and you gotta wait for Bowser to jump up to go under him, like so. You can't hesitate. You just gotta go. And yes, they do drop a mushroom for you. And we get a kiss from Princess Peach. Thank you, Mario. The kingdom is saved. Now try a more difficult quest. Wait, what? What do you mean a more difficult quest? So yes, once you beat the game the first time, you then unlock a more difficult quest where they replace the Goombas with Buzzy Beetles. So what are we doing here? I'm going to be showing off the warp zones as well as the true ending to Mario 1. I'm not sure if most people do this, so I feel very honored to do it. At least I've never seen anyone specifically do it, so I just feel cool doing it here. So for World 1, 2, what we're going to do is we're going to get up here with a mushroom at the very least. We're going to start breaking the top blocks, run on top of it, and now you're doing the very famous cheat trick, whatever it's called, of World 1, 2, where you're running on the ceiling, the score, the coins, and everything. And there is a little unique thing that you could do called World -1. That's a thing where you just do level, I want to say it's either 2-2 or 3-2 on an infinite loop until the time runs out. But that warp zone would actually take you to World 4-1, not World 4-2. But, again, condensed for time, so we just went ahead and skipped ahead to World 4-2. Anyway, so the Buzzy Beetles make it a little more difficult, but not really. I guess it kind of depends. It's not the best thing ever, but it also doesn't feel like it warranted the need for an additional quest, you know? Like the Master Quest of Ocarina of Time, yeah, that's completely different. Things are harder, different level designs, different dungeon designs, the whole 9 yards. I'm like, yeah, I get that. It's when it's like, oh, we turned this enemy into a different one. The only way that would work is if you changed all the Goombas to charging chucks from Super Mario World. That's it. Now that's a difficult enemy. But if you weren't paying attention or anything, I completely understand it. So we're gonna go ahead and show off how to do this again properly. Once you get to that little pipe with the ledge, you're going to go into that one. We're going to go up and over, up and down and all around to the lava pit where we have to hit the hidden coin block in order to go up the pipe there. And then the final one is going to be a unique one. That's the best way I could put it, possibly. It's hard to characterize it because they're all pipes. So it's basically the one after the lava pit. And now we are underwater. And we have the fire rods. And it's a unique time. It really is. But this is the first time I've ever 100%ed, for lack of a better term, Mario Bros. 1. So it feels very cool to do that. And I cannot tell you how much serotonin I got when I beat World 8-4 the first time, like on the SNES. Because I've played it on the Game Boy Color. I first beat it on the Game Boy Color back when I was like 12 or so I barely remember that. But this was like just now. And so I'm like, wow, I really did that. Man, that was difficult, but I feel so glad that I did it. It's a great feeling. It really is. It's so cool. And if you don't get that feeling, don't feel too bad. Okay? I've gone quite a while without getting that sense of achievement or satisfaction. So, if you get it at any time, you know something's pretty good. But don't rate something on you not getting that sense of achievement or satisfaction. And now we get another kiss from Princess Peach. Thank you, Mario, for restoring peace to our kingdom. Hurrah to our hero, Mario. Push start. Okay, and with that, we have actually finished Super Mario 1. So, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time for Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Goodbye, my sleepy bears. I'll see you all soon.